y'all. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we're bringing you another episode of I'm Moving to North Carolina, Now What? So today we're going to be talking about what happens after the transaction. So these are the things you should be reaching out to your real estate agent about after you've closed. Yes, I said after, and I know that's probably throwing some of you for a loop because you're like, hey, the person that I worked with, as soon as we were done, we were done. Well, that's not the way that we do things here at Relevate. We want to be your community connector. We want to be a resource, and we want to continue to stay in touch and help you maintain the property that you just obtained. So one of the first things that you can reach out to your agent about is home maintenance. So if you're a first-time home buyer or you're not a big DIYer and you're just really confused on what are the things I'm supposed to be maintaining, call your agent and ask for that list. They're probably sending you some communication along the way, just reminding you to do like your HVAC maintenance twice a year, or to actually wash out and flush out your water heater once a year. You'd be amazed at the number of people that don't do that, or just general things that help keep that huge property, that huge expense that you are now on the hook for, to keep it up to date and in good condition, because eventually you might want to sell that. And you want to make sure that you have it just top notch and in the best shape it can be to earn you more money, because at the end of the day, the whole game is gaining equity so that you can sell it for the highest price and value at a later point. The second thing is vendor recommendations. So let's say that you've decided you do want to do that HVAC maintenance. Well, I'm sure your real estate agent probably has a great contact on hand because they work with them on a very regular basis. They can put you in touch with. There's something about knowing a face and a name with the person who's going to help you do all these things in your home. And y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, we're in the middle of summer at the time of this recording. HVAC systems go out. They die at the worst time. Like, it's probably the hottest time of day, and that's when your system decides to go out. I know in our family, one of our HVAC systems literally went out while we were on vacation in the middle of July. We came back and it was like 90 degrees in our house. So fortunately for us, we had a great HVAC contractor that we could call in a pinch. So this is another thing. If you need a vendor recommendation and it's an emergency, your real estate agent is a great person to contact, because I bet you they have what you need on speed dial. So the third thing is maybe suggestions or confirmations of changes you want to make in your home. I constantly get phone calls from people who are looking to update or change those aesthetics, and they want to make sure they're not spending their money fruitlessly. Meaning, let's say you're designing a new kitchen renovation, you've got these color schemes in mind, or you saw something trendy and you're like, is this really a good move? Should I pay this amount of money? Or there might be a decision between quality of products. The other day I got a phone call asking me about blinds and whether or not there was actually going to be any type of ROI or return on investment in doing louvered shutters, which are those like really thick wooden ones, versus doing just your standard basic plastic ones that kind of sometimes can be a little janky and get caught up and stuff, but they're easily replaceable. So which one is the better fit if they do think that they're going to sell in the long run? So if you have any questions about that, or color scheme, or just, is it a good idea? Should I add this extension onto the house? And you just want a marketability kind of standpoint, your agent is definitely going to know the current trends and things that are going to gain you a return on investment. The other thing is copies of your documents. I do get phone calls all the time asking for another copy of the deed or the title binder, or just maybe the contract that you used in order to purchase the home. Because as people are either maintaining their house or they're getting prepared to sell, sometimes they want to look back at that paperwork and documentation, maybe even your inspection report from when you bought, so you get a list of things you want to tackle or readdress, because after you move in was probably not the time to do it. So if you need copies of that, we're actually required to keep all of those things on file for years. And so typically your agent's going to be able to access that rather quickly. And then there's also some documents that are just public record that we know how to find very quickly. For example, your deed is a public document. Most people struggle to go to the Register of Deeds or to GIS mapping system and find those in a relative quick time period. Your agent knows how to pull that, covenants, HOA documents, plat maps, all the things to be able to help you kind of move forward with all of those needs. One of the last things is just general follow-up and reminders. So like with our new construction clients, we're reaching back out to them 11 months in, or even as short as 30 days in, to remind them about their warranties or their follow-up walk walkthroughs that are a part of the 1-2-10 builder warranty that they probably obtained at their closing. So just keep in mind, your real estate agent is there to help you, not just in the short term with the actual buying and selling of the property, but the maintaining of the property, because their goal and their hope is that you're going to enjoy living in that space. And part of that is a responsibility to help take care of it and make sure that you're enjoying it to the best of your ability. So if you have any questions or you're just generally curious about a certain aspect of either the home buying process or maintaining your home, feel free to drop those in the comments below. Or if you want to reach out and contact us directly, it's also in the description of this video. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we will see you next time.